Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money-making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, I thought we'd go ahead and try out 1 hour of blood rune crafting. Now, I have done a video on this in the past, but it was at Zaya. Now we have a new altar to try out, as well as a new outfit that's going to give us a lot more runes. Not only is the outfit going to be helping us out, but I'm also going to be taking advantage of the blood essence, which will let us craft even more runes. And just so that we get the maximum amount of XP that we can, I also went to the Lawliet essence mine to mine some of that in place of the pure essence that I usually use. Now, as for the gear setup, instead of using our usual graceful, I am using the new outfit that you get from the Guardians of the Rift minigame. Besides that, I'm taking the max cape since it acts as a rune crafting cape, which means I don't have to repair my pouch. And speaking of pouches, I am using the Colossal pouch, which is also obtained from the Guardians of the Rift minigame. Now, the amulet you don't need, it's just purely cosmetic. And then as for the gloves, I just thought I'd keep a piece of graceful on since we have that slot open. And the last item in my inventory is of course the blood essence, which we will be using multiple of throughout this video. And luckily you can buy the blood essence directly from the GE. At first I thought I was going to have to go and kill some of the monsters next to Nex to get one of these, but yeah, you can buy it on the GE. Now, as for the method, I'll be using my fair ring to use the code DLS. That'll teleport us close to the area that we need to go, and I'll be using some of the new shortcuts that they also added for this runecrafting altar. Now, it is important to note that you will have to mine this first before you can actually use it, and it has a mining requirement of 78. And you will also need an agility requirement of 93 to use. And if you don't have those requirements, there is another shortcut that you can use that only requires 74 agility. Also remember that you'll need some sort of tiara to actually access this altar since we aren't using the abyss. Now, luckily, the new hat that was introduced with the outfit that boosts runecrafting has a slot to hold a tiara. So what I ended up doing was making one of the new catalytic tiaras that was added to the game. All you need for that is a catalytic talisman along with a gold tiara, and then once you combine those two, you can use the catalytic tiara on your hat and it will bind it. It won't actually use up the tiara, which I found was quite interesting, but your hat now has the power to let you enter any of the catalytic altars, which is pretty nice. And speaking of the outfit, if you didn't already know, each piece boosts the amount of runes that you get by 10% until you have the entire outfit. At that point, it is a 60% boost, which is pretty massive to all runecrafting. Just remember that this is only going to boost the amount of money that you make, not the XP. But luckily, we already have something that boosts XP for runecrafting, and that is the Lawliet essence that you see me here using. Now, before starting the video, I did test to see what the fastest method was to get to the new altar, and it was between the Canifis teleport and of course the Fairy Ring teleport. The Fairy Ring is actually a good 10 seconds faster than going from Canifis, so I recommend using that. Normally, I also use stamina potions when doing runecrafting methods such as this, but since we were using our POH to use the Fairy Ring, we could just hit the pool that was nearby whenever we were low on stamina. You'll also notice that I used screen markers throughout this 1 hour, and that was just to help me keep track of where everything was. I just used a simple one for the deposit inventory button and one for the Lawliet essence, but of course you can add more or less depending on how many you need. Now, in comparison to crafting blood runes through the abyss, the wiki first said that you would get around 4,500 blood runes if you were using the blood essence, which meant that you would make about 1.1 mil an hour. But as of editing this video right now, it's changed. They've added 500k to it. So now you can make about 1.6 mil doing it if you have the full outfit equipped. So definitely a lot more profitable than it used to be. I gotta say though, without spoiling anything, we're gonna be making a lot more money using this method instead. And while we are making a lot more money, you have to remember that the requirements are pretty high. The high agility requirement, high mining requirement, and of course you have to get the outfit first to fully benefit from all the money you'll be making with the new runecrafting method. But honestly, getting the outfit isn't that bad. It may take a long while to get, but at least you're training your runecrafting through a new and more engaging way. If I didn't already have 99 runecrafting, I probably would have just trained my runecrafting there at the new Guardians of the Rift minigame. Unless of course I was going to be busy with something, then I would probably still use the blood runecrafting at Zeah since it is very AFK. Another very important thing that I feel I should point out is the fact that this is my new favorite runecrafting altar. Yeah, it's literally raining blood when you enter the altar, and there's nothing more metal than having it rain blood. And with that being said, that pretty much concludes the 1 hour of blood runecrafting. I gotta say, having this new outfit is going to really revitalize a lot of the old traditional runecrafting methods, because now you're going to be making a lot more money with this outfit, which is pretty nice. I feel like runecrafting was already a good moneymaker, but now it's even better. Let's go ahead and take a look at how many blood runes we were able to craft throughout this 1 hour. So after 1 hour of crafting blood runes with the new altar and the new outfit, we have a total of about 9,000 blood runes crafted. I feel like this is a pretty average amount of runes that you can expect if you aren't taking it super seriously and being, tick perfect with your clicks. So yeah, 9k is definitely not bad. Let's go ahead and do a little price check on it. It's about 2.8 mil in blood runes. And if we take a look at the XP tracker, it says that we got about 67.4 thousand runecrafting XP. Let's go ahead and head over to the Grand Exchange to sell them off. And yeah, you'll notice that I already have some in there for 500 coins. That's just what I had in my bank. I didn't want them getting mixed up, so yeah. Unfortunately, the price did drop down to 310. I think it was like 316 yesterday, but it is what it is. We'll put them in there for 310. Not a huge loss in profit, even with the 1% tax, but yeah, we just put them in there for 310 and they ended up selling immediately. So when everything was said and done, we had a total amount of 2,755,632 GP from 1 hour of blood runecrafting. Now, of course, this isn't all profit. We do have to subtract the amount of blood essence that we used, which equals about 300,000 GP. So if we subtract that from the total amount of money we made, which was 2,755,632 GP, that gives us a grand total profit of 2,458,552 GP. So almost 2.5 mil an hour. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed it, please consider giving it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription. Also, I want to give a huge thanks to all of my channel members, with a special thanks to ACR Beans. Once again, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next episode.